Welcome back to the Fallon Frequency, your space for that alignment, expansion, and of course, unstoppable energy. I am your host, Fallon, and I'm so excited to have you here. Now, if you did not catch last week's episode, I'm going to stop right here and have you pause and go back and listen to last week. Like, very seriously. It is like so juicy, so activating, so full of frequency that you just can't miss it. You would be doing yourself a major disservice not listening to that episode first. So please pause, go back and listen to it. And once you do, then, I know you're already going to want more because that energy is like running through my fucking veins right now. Okay. It is gorgeous. It is expansive. It's what I'm calling the champagne frequency, the champagne popping frequency. It's like where this like life just feels so bubbly. It just feels so good. Like you can't contain it. It just wants to pop out of you. And it starts spilling into your reality, which is really beautiful. And honestly, it's really what we're actually all after, is it not? So if you do want those transmissions, you can still actually join my private Telegram immersion happening right now. Unrealistic on purpose. Okay. Just DM me at fallonmichaela.co on Instagram and I will get you in there among some amazing women and you can soak that frequency right up. Okay. So this week, I actually want to touch on something that came up in my DMs just a day ago, actually. And the second that I read it, it was like really important that I talked about it. Because I was like, if this person's asking me this, then obviously somebody else is thinking it. Okay. And it's a really important conversation, especially as we evolve and as we grow. And it's really this big, I guess, differentiator, let's say, between expansive decision making and lack-based decision making. Okay. And once you really understand this, everything's going to change for you. Okay. So as we grow, as we evolve, as we, continue to, have this evolution on our journey here on earth, right? You're going to be faced with more and more decisions, right? Bigger ones, more expansive ones. And to be honest, yeah, sometimes scarier ones. Okay. And I truly believe that one of the best investments you will ever make is investing in yourself. Okay. Because you, my love, are your greatest asset, right? You ever hear, I was going to say work on oneself, then work on the business. This is why. This is that conversation. Okay. And this is like your energy. This is your mind. This is your body, your identity. Literally every single thing in your life is created through you. Okay. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean just go spend money to go spend money, right? Or go buy something that you think will fix you. That's not at all the vibe that I'm trying to get across. But also, let's not swing so far the other way. Okay. Like where you shut yourself down, where you restrict yourself, where you kind of fall into that lack, where you deny yourself things that actually light you up. Because if you are actually an overflow, and I'm going to tell you this, it comes from the inside out, like wealth comes from the inside first and then out. If you are an overflow, if something genuinely excites you, genuinely fuels you, expands you, lights you up, why not? Right? And that matters. And that is a big part of today's conversation. Okay. And it's something that I do take very seriously. I know I joke a lot and I'm like high on life, but I do take this very seriously. Okay. Because desire is not random. It's not something you ignore. It's not something you second guess into oblivion. It's information. To me, it is direct divine direction. It is guidance, right? And it's honestly one of the core methods that I use inside my 6-month energetic immersion called Unbound. If you haven't heard of it, go check it out. But it's the desire-driven method. And I don't play small with that. I don't tiptoe around my desires. I actually run towards them. I run fucking right at them because I trust what is pulling me forward is leading me where I'm meant to go. It's leading me somewhere, right? Now, the real conversation here today is self-investment, honestly, viewing self-investment from the inside. the inside out, like I just said, like your health, okay, your energy, your mindset, and your expansion. Those are all investments into yourself, like your daily activities, what you're doing, what you're putting into your mind, what you're putting into your body. What are you listening to? What are you reading? What are you eating? You know? And more importantly, the energy behind why you're doing what you're doing, why you're feeding yourself a certain way. Okay. They're two different places that they can come from, very different. And they might look like pretty similar on the outside, but internally, just completely different. Okay. Let me explain this. Like, one way of thinking is I need this because I'm not enough, right? I need this thing to validate some part of me. I need this thing to compensate for something. I need this thing to fill a void that I'm lacking within myself, and that is grasping. That's a lack mentality. That's a lack vibration. That's the energy of I need something outside of me to fix me. Okay. We don't like that frequency. It's not the frequency we vibrate at over here on the champagne poppin' frequency. Okay. And then there's the other side where it's very expansive. It's like, I love this and I want more of it. And I want to expand into it. Right. I would say it's like more, it's definitely desire driven, but it's more curious. It's more open. It's more expansive. It can be the same action, but very, very different energies behind. Okay. So if I give you an example, easiest example here, let's say you fall upon this course online that you want to take. Okay. And one version of you is like, I need to take this course. Like, I don't feel smart enough. I feel like I'm lacking in this area. I don't feel like I know enough here. I feel like this certification is really going to make me feel better, right? This certification is going to validate where I am. This certification is really going to, make me feel better. It's going to fill some void for me, right? That is lack to me trying to solve itself, right? It's like I'm trying to validate why I must take this course, okay? Versus the other version, okay? The other version of this is like, this course looks incredible. This lights me up. Like, I'm very curious to see what I'm going to learn, what I'm going to discover on the other side of this. I want to know more. This is a subject that I genuinely love. So why not just feed my mind with it, right? There's no pressure here. There's no attachment, and there's no like needing to know exactly where it's going to take you, right? It's just this like beautiful kind of curious, but not coming from a lack needy energy. Okay. That's expansion. And that's the difference. And that's going to change how you purchase things, or that's just going to change how you invest in yourself forward facing. Okay. Now, I wanted to bring this conversation up because this has actually come up in my lifetime and time again. And it comes up more and more the more I go down this deep dive journey, right? Especially recently, I had a huge, huge desire driven investment. But it's this continuing to learn, this continuing to grow, this being in rooms with people who expand you energy, right? And what I've realized a lot of the time, pretty much most of the time, because everything's energy, it's actually not even about the thing, right? Let's say for this example, the course or the investment or the opportunity. It's the energy behind that decision that you're making, okay? The meaning that you're giving it, right? Because as we know, I'm really good. I'm really good at following my desires, okay? I trust them. I trust when I get this internal pull, this ping that I got to follow it. Like, it literally has taken me all over the world, Australia, Panama, you name it. They're my compass. That's how I view it. And it's something that I deeply teach inside Unbound. It's honestly one of my favorite topics to talk about. I could talk about desires this entire time, but we won't. And doors are open. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. Doors are fucking open right now. Come play. If you're at all curious, come play inside Unrealistic on Purpose first. I like to feel the energy of people. I like people to get in the room, and then we can always talk about what's next after that. Now, the real power, like I said, is not just the desire, it's the discernment. It is the self-trust muscle that you are exercising, okay? It's your ability to feel into something and know, and this is for me, or this is not for me. Like without the spiral, without overthinking it, right? Without needing this external validation on your decision, because when you are fully online meaning fully tapped in, fully vibrating at that higher frequency, your decisions sharpen, right? You get cleaner. Your awareness expands. You ask better questions and you actually not just seek better solutions, but you actually see better solutions because you're just vibrating in a different realm, right? So life doesn't just get better, it gets like fucking phenomenal, really. So this is what I want to get into because building the self-trust muscle is very important. It's a huge part, I would say, of my own evolution. It's like I always knew these things, but did I act on them? Did I keep looping in the same self-doubt, or did I trust myself enough to know? Right. And something really powerful happens when you trust yourself enough to know without having any answers. We never do, right? We're not worrying about the how. We're just trusting ourselves to know that this is the next step forward, right? So you stop being afraid of making the wrong decision. Why is that? Because it's not because you know everything. Absolutely impossible to know everything. But what you do understand is something much deeper. And that understanding is that there is no right or wrong, meaning there is no wrong decision. Okay. There is only experience, there's expansion, there's feedback, there's data, right? That's it. And that realization, the realization that there is no wrong decision, is one of the most freeing things in the world. Like, it means you are no longer living your life like one wrong move is going to unravel fucking everything you did, all the hard work that you've put in, right? You stop walking on eggshells in your life. And even when you do find yourself in your head, like doubting things or overthinking it or overanalyzing, spiraling a little bit, being a human, we all do it. It doesn't matter how much you've done this work. You always, you're human, right? You're having this experience. Your brain is trying to keep you safe. You don't get stuck there is the difference. Okay. Because why? You recognize it for what it is. It is a pattern. It is a pattern. It is a loop. Now, it's not truth. It's not your highest truth. It's not your final destination. It's not something written in stone. So just that you look at it for what it is, honestly. You clear all the noise out and it's just a moment in time. It's just a moment. And when you can actually view it like that, view your spiral, this overthinking, this negative loop like that, you can move through it because you're not attached to it. Okay. You're not in the loop anymore. It's like you're out of the loop. I'm thinking of like a merry-go-round. You're not on the horse. You're not riding that horse and can't jump off. You're standing outside watching it go around. So you can choose differently. Okay. Instead of being controlled by it, instead of being stuck on these up and down horses going around in a circle. Okay. Now that's the shift. It's like you move from, I need to get this right, I need to do this thing, to I trust myself no matter what happens. And that doesn't mean don't move, because that's a whole nother conversation. But from that place, everything will change. Okay. You're going to move faster and cleaner, but you're going to move in a much more magnetic, powerful way, right? Because you're not making decisions based on fear. You're not vibrating lower. You're not in that fear vibration. You're not managing your life from fear, right? You're no longer trying to avoid discomfort at all costs. Discomfort's part of the game. That's how we learn, a little bit of friction, okay? You start recognizing the infinite potential that is available to you at all fucking times. And you move from that space, okay? And honestly, this is literally the conversation I'm having right now inside Unrealistic on Purpose. It's all about living in this champagne popping frequency, in this infinite realm, right? And even though it's like a simple concept, it's like when you actually embody this internally, like actually live this, and these are the thoughts that are happening in your head in real time, it becomes wildly expansive. This is when the miracles drop from the ground because you're literally vibrating at that level. Okay. It's actually very simple. Anyways, to bring this home for you, I want you to understand that Okay, let's think about it like this. The next time you feel stuck in a decision, let's say it's a financial decision that you need to make, right? I want you to take a moment to yourself and I want you to really ask yourself, what would I choose if I trusted myself fully? Right? What would I choose if there was no wrong decision, if there was no wrong answer here? Not what feels safest in the moment, not what avoids judgment, but what feels true, what feels the most true to you. And tap into that frequency and then move from that place. Okay. So next time you are making a big decision, it's really great to get curious. Am I moving from lack or am I moving from expansion? Just by asking yourself those questions, it's going to pull you out of, if you're in a negative spiral or a negative loop, or you're having a hard time making a decision, pull yourself right out of that, right? Maybe go do something different, go for a run, and then ask yourself that question clearly, or else you probably will be making that decision from lack by default because you're on that merry-go-round. Okay. The answer is going to tell you everything, though. Okay. Now, it was a short and punchy episode, and that is what I have for you today, ladies. So, like I said, if you didn't listen to last week's, go ahead and jump in there. DM me on Instagram at fallonmichaela.co. And I will get you in Unrealistic on Purpose. You can join this conversation. You can feel expansive for the next few weeks just by listening to all these immersions that I'm dropping. And I will catch you next week. Bye.